Danny Carter stood in the bustling Nexus Hall, his heart racing at the chaotic sounds around him. Alien voices echoed, a cacophony of languages blending together, each syllable rich with culture and history. The hall was filled with vibrant colors, strange sounds, and the unmistakable scent of something both exotic and enticing wafting through the air. Yet here he was, a lone human amidst a sea of extraterrestrial beings, completely unwelcomed. "Hey, Danny! What are you doing here?" A familiar voice pulled him out of his swirling thoughts. It was Maya, his colleague from the engineering bureau back on Earth. She was exuding her typical enthusiasm, eyes sparkling with excitement. "I'm just, looking around," Danny replied, trying to sound casual. The truth was he had gotten lost while trying to figure out how to use his new translator device. "But really, shouldn't I be focusing on that presentation for the council?" Maya waved her hand dismissively. "Relax. You'll crush it once you get on that stage. You know your stuff better than anyone. Just look at the crowd. This is a chance of a lifetime." "Yeah, just wish I didn't feel like a circus animal," he muttered, watching a group of tall, slender aliens glide by, their skin tinged with ever-changing hues. "Come on, embrace it. You're a novelty. Look, some people actually like humans around here," she teased, nudging him playfully. Danny chuckled, ruffling his hair. "Sure, right up until they realize we come with a history book of chaos." Just as he finished speaking, a sharp voice pierced through the noise. "Excuse me. There will be no exceptions. No human shall participate in the trials." Both Danny and Maya turned toward the commotion. A group of leaders, adorned in intricate robes and pulsating jewelry, emanated a sense of authority. The spokesperson, a broadhead being with 4 eyes, emphasized the finality in their message. "Why do they have to be so dramatic?" Danny whispered, rolling his eyes. "Drama is their culture. You should appreciate it." Maya responded, suppressing a grin. "Perhaps I just want to be seen as more than an anomaly," he jested. Yet, as dread crept back into his heart, he added, "What am I even doing here?" Maya slung an arm around his shoulder. "You're here to make history, dum-dum. Your work on the Universal Translator is groundbreaking. You're ready for this." Before he could respond, a flicker of light caught Danny's attention. A striking alien, her skin shimmering in varying shades of blue, approached. She had large, expressive eyes and flowing tendrils that danced around her head as if they had a life of their own. "My name is Alara," she said, her voice melodic. "I couldn't help but overhear. You're the human they've been discussing." "Madame?" Danny stammered, suddenly acutely aware of how he must appear to her. Yes, that's me. I mean, I'm Daniel Carter, but just call me Danny." Alara tilted her head slightly, studying him. "Danny. A curious name. Humans have unique naming customs." 30 years of my life put into that one," he replied, trying to recover his composure. "But I'm aware that you all have very different meanings behind your names. And much richer histories," Alara said, gesturing to the throngs of competitors. "But you, Danny, defy expectations. Perhaps that is what is needed in the trials, a fresh perspective." "Yeah, well, if only the council truly believed that," he said, frustration evident in his tone. "They think humanity is still a dangerous force." She smiled softly, a hint of warmth spreading through him. "Then you must prove them wrong. Rise above their perceptions." "Easier said than done," he muttered, feeling a blend of determination and unease. "Why not take the chance?" Alara challenged, her eyes sparkling. "Show them what it means to be a human amongst giants." Danny felt a surge of confidence building within him, fueled by her encouragement. "What do you suggest I do?" "Just walk in anew." "Be yourself," she interrupted, her voice firm yet inviting. "Engage with the other participants. Knowledge is a universal currency. I could help you. You want to change opinions, yes?" "Absolutely." Maya chimed in. "Danny, you've got the skills and the brains. Just trust your instincts. Besides, Alara seems like an ally worth having." Danny glanced between them, surprised by the supportive atmosphere. "Okay, so what do we do first?" "First," Alara began, "we attend the opening ceremony. The trials start there, showcasing the best minds of the galaxy. This is your chance to establish your presence. Not just standing there, I hope?" Danny asked with a chuckle. "No, we will interact," Alara assured him, her expression serious. "Your perspective is unique. Take that with you." As the three of them made their way to the grand hall, Danny felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. The space was filled with elaborate sculptures, glowing artifacts, and whispers of anticipation. Governments were represented, alliances were built, and cultures were woven into one grand tapestry. This was not only the start of the trials but a pivotal moment for him. "Remember, Danny," Alara turned to him as they stepped closer to the center. "It's about showing the galaxy what is possible, not what has been." Danny took a breath and nodded. "All right, let's do this." Time to prove I'm more than just a human. As the crowd began to quiet, Danny's mind thrummed with thoughts of what lay ahead. He may have been a rarity here, but with his new friends by his side, he felt a flicker of hope. Maybe he could change perceptions, the struggle and triumph of humanity. Ready? Maya whispered, excitement bubbling in the air. With a nod, Danny felt something shift inside him. He grasped Ilara's hand briefly. Let's make our mark. As they moved into the sea of new beginnings, Danny realized the galaxy was vast and he was ready to dive in. Chapter 2: The Accidental Challenger. As the grand ceremony concluded with a flourish of lights and sounds, the atmosphere buzzed with excitement and intrigue. Danny stood amidst a diverse population of alien competitors, feeling both exhilarated and out of place. So, what's the first challenge? He asked, trying to mask the tinge of anxiety in his voice. Ilara, her shimmering skin reflecting the stage lights, leaned closer. The first trial is a display of knowledge and strategy. Each participant must showcase their skills to the council and the top performers will proceed. Great, just me against the galaxy, Danny muttered, scanning the crowd of confident aliens who carried themselves with an air of assurance. Maya clasped his shoulder. You've got this, Danny. Just remember to speak from your heart. It's not just about the facts, it's about how you present them. Easy for you to say. Danny laughed, nervously rubbing the back of his neck. Look, I'll help. We can prepare key points together, Maya suggested. Ilara can help with the nuances of their culture. It can make a world of difference. Right? I might just need those insights, Danny replied, grateful for the camaraderie. We should start now, Ilara interjected. Let us find a quiet space away from the crowd. You need focus before you make your approach. With that, they found a secluded corner adorned with bioluminescent plants casting a gentle glow. It felt serene, almost calming. Let's break this down, Maya said, pulling out a small device to record ideas. What are your strongest points? We need to highlight your work on the universal translator. Right? I've developed algorithms that can adjust to centuries of linguistic evolution. It can decipher dialects variably in real time, Danny began, his mind tapping into his expertise. Ilara nodded, her eyes thoughtful. You must also share why this matters. Demonstrate its significance. Many here rely on language to communicate their culture and knowledge. What she said, Maya added, scribbling notes. Think of an example. Illustrate how your device could solve interstellar misunderstandings. Danny took a deep breath. Okay, imagine two civilizations with conflicting histories. My translator can decode their languages, allowing them to converse without prejudice. Good. That sets the framework. Now, what next? Maya encouraged him, her enthusiasm contagious. Danny paused. I'd like to show a live demonstration, but I'd need to involve some of the aliens here. Ilara clapped her hands. A bold choice. You attract attention and show your abilities in action. How can we facilitate this? Maybe we find some volunteers. We'll issue a challenge to interpret their languages. Danny suggested, feeling more invigorated by the idea. Count me in, Maya said, her energy infectious. We'll make it happen. Who do you think is the most likely? Danny turned to scan the nearby crowd, spotting a few competitors engaging in animated conversations. That group looks friendly enough. The one with the multiple limbs seems particularly enthusiastic. Ilara grinned. Yes, Sarith. I've met them. They thrive on challenges. Let's approach them. They made their way over to Arith, who was spinning colorful orbs in the air, captivating a small audience. Hey, Danny. What do you want? Arith asked, detecting their arrival. Danny chuckled nervously. Arith. I'm looking to demonstrate my translator's capabilities and need your help. The multiple-limbed alien tilted its head, intrigued. How do I fit in? I'd like you to speak in your language while I interpret. It will showcase how our cultures can communicate without barriers. It's all in the spirit of the trials. Danny explained, feeling more confident as he spoke. Arith let out a series of low, melodious sounds, contemplating the proposition. It would be fun. But will you be able to keep up with my speed? My language is colorful and fluid. It will test your device. I'm ready, Danny said, a rush of adrenaline coursing through him. I'll show you what it can do. Very well, Arith agreed, gestures vibrant. I am in. But you will need 2 other languages for this display to be intricate enough. Perfect. Maya chimed in. Ilara, who else should we recruit? Ilara scanned the vicinity, her eyes landing on a tall alien with crystalline skin. Terran. They have a complex dialect. Terran. Terran, intrigued by the call, approached gracefully. Yes? I heard my name. Danny here is demonstrating his translator, and he wants to challenge you to share your language with him, Ilara explained. Would you like to join? Interesting. Terran replied, their crystalline body reflecting the soft lights around them. I'd be honored. What is the third language? Can either of you speak Grolian? Danny asked, hopeful. I can, Arith said, puffing out a chest-like structure. Their dialect is fascinating, but it's difficult to master. Let's sort it out during the presentation, Maya suggested, her excitement boiling over. This can illustrate how a human can adapt and interpret diverse languages at once. With their group fully formed, they began strategizing how to highlight the unique aspects of each language during the presentation. Danny felt a whirlwind of emotions, excitement mixed with anxiety. Remember, you're not just showing a device. You're showcasing yourselves, Ilara reminded him. Make it engaging. Let's involve the audience. Draw them in with live interaction. Danny offered, eyes lighting up. Terran nodded. An eye-catching approach may earn you the attention you need. As they practiced, laughter filled the air, tension easing among the group. Danny began to feel more comfortable, especially with Ilara encouraging him, standing by his side, her support unyielding. Okay, he finally said, standing tall. We'll meet at the stage tomorrow. I'm ready to see if I can change some minds. Just remember, Ilara whispered, leaning closer. Confidence is key. Thanks for reminding me. Danny replied, flashing a grateful smile. As they wrapped up their session, Danny couldn't shake the feeling that something significant was underway, a potential shift that could redefine the human experience. He left the secluded corner feeling invigorated, ready to face whatever challenges awaited on the morrow. See you all bright and early, he said, a buoyant spring in his step as they parted ways, the galaxy still buzzing with possibilities. Chapter 3: Shadows of the Past. The sun dimmed as it set over the alien landscape, casting hues of blue and purple across the sky. Danny stood on the balcony of his accommodations, gazing out at the sprawling city below, formed by intricate architecture unlike anything he'd seen on Earth. This was the eve of the first challenge, and his heart raced as anticipation mingled with anxiety. After a long day of rehearsals, Danny hadn't expected to feel so much pressure. He could hear Ilara's encouraging voice in his mind, but insecurity nibbled at his confidence. His past weighed heavy, especially the history humanity carried, and he worried how that would inform others' perspectives of him and his culture. A knock on the door snapped him from his thoughts. Danny? It's me. Maya's voice was cheerful, a stark contrast to the gloom he felt inside. He opened the door, allowing her to enter. Hey. Just trying to clear my head before tomorrow, he said, forcing a smile. Maya marched in, hands on her hips. You're not backing down, are you? Of course not. Just thinking, he replied, avoiding her gaze as he shuffled toward the window. About what? The presentation, or more about how you might be greeted? Danny sighed, leaning against the wall. It's all of it. I mean, I know I'm not exactly their favorite person in the galaxy. Everyone deserves a chance, Danny. You're here to show them what humanity can do. You have the skills, the talent. Her voice softened. And you have us. Ilara and I believe in you. You just need to believe in yourself. Danny smiled faintly. Thanks, Maya. That helps. I just wish the past wasn't such a shadow. It feels like I'm dragging around a heavy anchor. But you're not that anchor. You're so much more. Her passion was palpable. You're an innovator. A creator, and that's what matters. Tomorrow, you get to redefine what it means to be human. As she spoke, the dim light caught her eyes, and he felt a warmth spreading through him, bolstered by her unwavering faith. All right, he said finally, straightening up, let's make this happen. Maya grinned, clearly enjoying his newfound determination. That's the spirit. So, what's next on the agenda? Tomorrow morning, I'll start with presenting the translator itself. Then I'll invite Arith and Terran to join me on stage. We'll provide a live demonstration. It should be engaging, right? Sure, but you might want to prepare for questions. Everyone will be eager to test you. Just then, Ilara's soft voice trailed in from the doorway. I hope we're all set for tomorrow's show, she said with an encouraging smile. Just going over a few things, Maya replied, clasping her hands together. But what about you? Do you have everything ready? I spent some time reviewing other competitor profiles, Ilara shared, moving closer. One thing stands out, your work is different. You view language as a bridge, not a barrier. Danny nodded. That's the hope, anyway. But will they see it that way? Ilara's expression turned serious. They may try to undermine you. Some of the other competitors are not friendly, especially if they believe you'll challenge their supremacy. Great. Danny ran a hand through his hair, frustrated. So I'm not just battling the trials, I'm battling prejudices too. Maya interjected, we'll be there to support you. If they say something dismissive, we'll call them out. Right, Ilara? Absolutely, Ilara confirmed. Together, we will show them a new perspective. Danny appreciated the encouragement, yet doubt still clung to his thoughts like stubborn shadows. So, if I'm questioned about our past, how should I respond? Am I supposed to just ignore the history of conflict? Maya stepped closer. You address it honestly. Acknowledge our shortcomings, but then pivot to what we've learned. How we moved forward. Exactly, Ilara added. Your approach can alter their views. Show them that humanity is capable of change. You can showcase our potential. Danny took a deep breath, the weight of their words settling over him. Okay, I'll address it directly. A balance of humility and hope. Perfect. Maya clapped her hands together. Get some rest tonight. Tomorrow's a big day and you'll need all your energy. After exchanging more supportive words, Maya and Ilara left him alone, but the echoes of their encouragement lingered. He stared out into the horizon, pondering the potential conversations he might have. Would they listen? Would they truly hear him? The night passed slowly and morning arrived with the sound of distant chimes and exclamations echoing through his room. His heart raced as he prepared for the day, thoughts spinning through his mind. Once he entered the main hall, he was greeted by a tapestry of color and life, thousand eyes observing every action with curiosity. Alien competitors gathered, each unique and vibrant, their presence a mix of pride and trepidation. Here we go, Danny whispered to himself, swallowing hard. He took a position on the main stage, an expansive platform adorned with intricate designs. The audience settled, shifting as they took in his presence. Welcome to the Galactic Trials, the announcer's voice boomed, capturing attention. Today, we witness the innovative prowess of our participants. Danny could feel the eyes of many collecting on him, and as he stepped forward, he noticed Ilara and Maya nodding encouragingly from the sidelines. Arith and Terran joined him on stage, their unique forms adding to the vibrancy. Taking a deep breath, Danny began. Greetings, esteemed beings of the galaxy. I'm Daniel Carter from Earth. Today, I'll be demonstrating my translator, designed to bridge the gap between our languages and cultures. He watched as their expressions shifted, interest peaked. But first, I'd like to discuss our history, the challenging past that has shaped our existence. He noted murmurs ripple through the crowd, skepticism hanging thick in the air. Humanity has made mistakes, but we have learned. Our past conflicts have taught us that cooperation is essential for survival. A murmur came from the audience. One of the leaders raised a skeptical brow. And why should we trust your civilization to lead in dialogue when your history shows chaos? Danny steadied himself, reminding himself of Maya and Ilara's advice. Trust is built through transparency. Today, I wish to improve our understanding of one another rather than gloss over difficult topics. The leader hesitated, considering his words. And if you fail? What security can you provide that this endeavor is worth your culture's time? I offer you our progress as well as partnership, Danny responded, his heart pounding. With an open mind, together we can forge a path forward. I invite you to test my translator, a chance to engage directly. His heart pounded fiercely as he awaited a response. What if they rejected his proposal? Yet, as he glanced at Ilara and Maya, he felt a wave of bravery rise within him. Let's showcase this. Step forward, Arith. Danny called. Arith stepped up, the crowd watching intently. I will speak to Danny and asks how we define friendship across civilizations. Excited murmurs spread throughout the audience. Suddenly, the past felt distant, shadows fading as he focused on the present. Now, Terran. Danny called out, energized. Let's dive into your dialect. With renewed momentum, they showcased their connections, impressive as they stepped into a world beyond words. And at that moment, he realized they were building something together, a bridge that could reshape everything. Chapter 4, The Final Challenge. The atmosphere crackled with anticipation as Danny walked onto the stage again. The presentation had gone far better than he had initially anticipated. The doubts that had threatened to drown him before seemed light years away. The applause still echoed in his ears and he felt a surge of determination. Danny, you were fantastic. Maya beamed, rushing up to him as soon as he stepped off the platform. Seriously, that was incredible. Danny chuckled, feeling a blush creep into his cheeks. Thanks. I was just trying to keep up. Ilara, what did you think? Maya turned to their alien friend who had been standing quietly by. Ilara's eyes sparkled and her expression was a mixture of pride and admiration. You tackled their questions brilliantly, far exceeding expectations. They saw not just a human, but someone worthy of their attention. Yeah, but the true test is yet to come, Danny noted, glancing back at the crowd. Those were just the warm-up questions. The council will likely have tougher ones for the final challenge. Terran joined them, his crystalline skin reflecting the overhead lights in prismatic colors. Challenge keeps the spirit sharp. Let's prepare. We will not let them undermine your strides. Danny nodded, feeling the weight of that statement. So what do we do now? We need to review possible questions. They will likely want to challenge you on humanity itself. Prepare your stance, Orith suggested, stepping forward, his multiple arms gesturing animatedly. Maya laid her hands on her hips, nodding decisively. You're right. Let's brainstorm. Anything could come up and you need to be ready. Elara chimed in, it would be wise to anticipate their concerns. They may argue that humanity's past increases the risk of conflict. Danny grimaced, the words echoing in his head. They already showed skepticism after the first demonstration. They might feel vindicated to bring it up again. Let's create a counterargument, Maya encouraged him. Focus on how humanity has adapted and evolved. Show them how we're capable of learning from our mistakes. Exactly. And don't shy away from the truth, Elara added, her eyes fixed on him. Your honesty will resonate more than any polished words. Let's focus on how our unity with each other has been more valuable than conflict, Terran suggested. Contrast between our past and how we strive for connection could serve as a powerful message. Good idea. Danny exclaimed, excitement igniting within him again. We can demonstrate how collaboration has led us to technological advancements, like the translator itself. The group launched into a fervent discussion, exchanging ideas and rebuttals. Hours slipped away as they dissected potential questions and devised answers to each one. The more they talked, the more confidence filled Danny's heart. All right, break time, Maya declared, stretching her arms above her head. Let's grab something to eat and come back refreshed. As they made their way through the bustling corridors of the Nexus Hall, Danny felt a gentle pull on his arm. He turned to find Elara looking at him with a serious expression. Danny, she said with a level tone, you know that your answers must reflect not only humanity's ability to change, but also your personal commitment. Be open about your journey. Yeah, I get that, he replied, his heart thumping in his chest. But what if they ask me about my past? I don't want to dwell on it. Elara placed a hand on his shoulder. It is a part of you, and embracing that is significant. When you open up, you allow them to see a personal connection. He nodded, pondering her words. All right, I'll try to incorporate that into my responses. As they reached the common area, a delicate array of alien dishes laid spread across the table, vibrant and fragrant. Feast your eyes, Maya exclaimed, loading her plate with a variety of unfamiliar foods. Danny eyed some of the offerings warily. What is that green stuff? Is it even edible? Elara laughed, selecting a shimmering orb filled with glistening liquid. This is a fruit from my home planet, Zithra. It's sweet and provides energy. Sounds good. I'll take your word for it. Danny hesitated but eventually joined Maya at the table. As they ate, laughter and conversation flowed freely, providing an enjoyable respite before the upcoming challenges. Danny felt a sense of camaraderie blossoming among them, the stress of the trials fading into the background. All right, let's make a pact, Terran said, his voice earnest as they polished off their meals. No matter the outcome, we will stand united. Win or lose, we are a team. Danny raised his glass, feeling the warmth of their connection. Agreed. Maya chimed in, to teamwork. And to the surprises ahead. Elara's laughter mingled with theirs and the bonds between them solidified over shared experiences. But amidst the lightheartedness, the looming reality remained. After their meal, they returned to their preparation and Danny felt his confidence swell. The final challenge awaited them, a moment of truth that could alter perceptions of humanity across generations. As they gathered again in their preparation space, he felt a seriousness settle. This challenge will define more than just me. It's about all of us, a potential change in how we connect. This is your moment to shine, Maya said, her expression taut with excitement. Elara nodded. Remember, they want to see who you are beneath the surface. Be genuine. Danny took a deep breath, stealing his gaze. All right, let's get ready to face them. As they positioned themselves back on the stage, Danny's heart raced. The crowd gathered, an ocean of expectant faces. He could feel their energy, the palpable tension that accompanied this extraordinary event. The council leader stepped forward. Welcome back, participants. We are eager to hear more from you, especially after your enlightening presentation. Danny nodded, taking a steadying breath. Thank you. I'm honored to be here and ready to engage. As the questions began flying, the council proved as difficult as he suspected. Each inquiry delved deeper and challenged him to confront the very essence of humanity's past. Tell us your views on the destructive tendencies of your species. How can we trust you not to revert? Someone asked, their voice resonating with skepticism. Danny squared his shoulders, feeling the weight of all their expectations resting on him. Our history shapes us, but we have learned to reshape our future, he stated firmly. We recognize the value of collaboration over conflict. The past does not limit us, it informs our journey forward. A ripple of interest spread through the assembly as his voice gained strength. We understand that trust must be earned, but I believe that through shared experiences we can build a foundation for the future. And what does that entail? Questioned another council member, pressing him. It means actively engaging in alliances, innovating solutions, and embracing our shared humanity, not just on Earth, but across the galaxy. Danny's words rang clear, conviction echoing through him as he continued, it's about advancing together, breaking down barriers. We've taken steps towards self-improvement, and we invite the galaxy to join us on this journey. Applause erupted, energizing Danny as he exchanged glances with Maya and Alara, who nodded approvingly. Now, we'd like to see a live demonstration of your translator once again, the leader added. Absolutely. I'd like to invite Arith and Taryn back to join me. Danny called out, his heart pounding. As they stepped forward, breathless excitement settled over the stage. Together, they began forging connections through words once more, demonstrating how cultures could intertwine across the galaxies. In that moment, he realized they were doing more than presenting, they were gradually shifting perceptions, one interaction at a time. And as the final query approached and the applause surged, Danny felt encouraged by the faces around him, all willing to listen and engage. I can do this, he whispered to himself and his friends, the moment stretching into something unforgettable. Together, they embraced the challenge, standing tall, ready to redefine the narrative surrounding humanity. Chapter 5, A New Dawn. The hall was abuzz as the final challenge concluded, the audience still vibrating with energy from the powerful demonstration. Danny could hardly believe it. What had started as an experiment in bridging worlds had transformed into something monumental. Danny, you did it! Maya exclaimed, sweeping him into a jubilant hug. That was amazing. Seriously, I thought I saw the council leader's jaw drop at your answers. Taryn added, his crystalline skin shimmering as he moved excitedly. Alara approached, her expression radiant. You turned their skepticism into curiosity. They listened, truly listened. Danny's heart swelled with pride, yet an undercurrent of nervousness remained. Yeah, but will it last? Or will they just forget about us once the trials are over? Maya waved her hand dismissively. You changed the narrative, Danny. You showed them that humanity is more than its past. Before he could respond, the council leader stepped forward, a microphone in hand. Esteemed competitors, we've witnessed an extraordinary exchange today. Your performances have shifted perspectives in ways we hadn't anticipated. The crowd quieted, all eyes drawn to the stage. However, the real challenge begins now as we consider how to encourage continued collaboration beyond these trials. Danny exchanged glances with Maya, Alara, Arith, and Taryn. What could that mean? The alliances formed here must extend far beyond this venue, the leader continued. We must evolve and learn from each other. A murmur rippled through the audience, and Danny could feel hope blooming in the air. He raised his hand to speak, captivated by the moment. If I may, what steps can we take to establish permanent connections? The leader nodded, surprised yet intrigued. That is the very question we must address. Let's establish an intergalactic council. A place where representatives from each civilization can come together regularly to discuss issues, innovations, and find common ground, Danny suggested. Maya's eyes sparkled with excitement. Yes. And we can set up forums for educational exchanges where we can learn about each other's cultures in a structured way. Alara chimed in, we could also create language immersion programs that utilize my universal translator to break down barriers. We can focus on sharing knowledge about our histories so we learn from one another. The leader's interest peaked. Those are compelling ideas. Revival of trust and friendship hinges on such initiatives. Arith stepped forward, enthusiasm radiating from him. We must involve our youth. The ambassadors of tomorrow should begin these dialogues early. They need to understand the value of collaboration before prejudices take root. Yes, that would ensure our cultures intertwine, Taryn agreed, excitement coursing through him. We can host interstellar festivals to foster unity. As discussions continued, Danny felt the foundations of something monumental taking shape. The council began to deliberate on how they could implement these ideas while retaining the vibrant individualities of each civilization. Hours later, as the session drew to a close, Danny's heart raced. They hadn't just spoken, they had built something tangible. So, what's next? Maya asked, her voice teeming with energy. Danny shrugged, still riding the high of the day. I guess we see where this takes us. I never imagined we'd make such a mark. Alara stepped closer. You were the catalyst for this change, Danny. It may be easy to underestimate your impact, but you found a way to connect. I just hope they actually follow through, he replied, feeling a mixture of excitement and doubt. That's where our work starts, Maya reminded him. If we want change, we need to remain engaged. As the council members began to file out, one of them approached Danny, an antennaed alien whose name he remembered as Cilia. "Human," Cilia said, tilting her head. "You surprised many of us today." "Good surprises, I hope," Danny replied, a smile creeping onto his face. "Indeed. Your ideas were rooted in understanding and care. Should you wish to pursue them further, I would advocate for your initiatives." "Really? That's amazing," Danny stammered, feeling a wave of gratitude wash over him. "Thank you. Do not thank me yet. Your follow-through will be critical," Cilia advised, her tone serious yet supportive. "But I believe you hold the key to forging relationships between our species." "I'll do my best," Danny promised, feeling invigorated by this interaction. As the excitement of the day waned, he gathered with his friends, who hummed with energy. They reminisced about their experiences, laughter crackling through their conversations. "Well, we each have our roles now, don't we?" Maya grinned. "Ilara, you'll be our ambassador of culture. Taryn and Arith can lead the educational initiatives." "Right?" Taryn replied enthusiastically. "We'll draw our histories in vivid colors. This will captivate our youth." "And as for you, Danny," Ilara said, her eyes glinting. "You've ignited the spark that may light the path forward. Harness that energy to keep going. You'll be the bridge we all need." At those words, a wave of uncertainty crashed over Danny again. "What if I can't keep up? What if I fail?" "Then we'll pick you up," Maya said resolutely. "Together, we face this. We lift each other as we go." They shared an exuberant moment, laughter spilling forth, hearts buoyed by the shared dream of what lay ahead. "Teamwork." Arith cheered, extending his multiple limbs in celebration. With laughter and optimism weaving through them, the group felt electrified by the bond they had built. The new partnerships formed today illuminated possibilities, beckoning them toward a future neither could have envisioned alone. Later that evening, they found themselves walking side by side outside the Nexus Hall, illuminated by the soft glow of the streetlights. The air was a tapestry of scents and sounds uniquely alluring. "What do you think is waiting for us?" Taryn asked, glancing upward at the stars twinkling like diamonds. "I think we're on the brink of something exciting," Maya replied, her expression dreamy. "Imagine the stories we'll share with Earth." "I just hope we can keep this momentum," Danny murmured, feeling the thrill of anticipation. "I don't want today to be a mere blip in history." "It won't be," Ilara assured him, her voice gentle. "What we built today has the potential to shift the course of many civilizations." Danny felt buoyed by their shared determination. "You're right. Together, we can create something lasting." As they continued down the illuminated path, camaraderie wrapped around them like a warm cloak. They had forged a bond that went beyond friendships. It was about collaboration and understanding. For the first time in a long while, Danny felt the floodgates of possibility opening, ready to embrace the future together, interconnected and unstoppable.